Hi everyone, welcome to Relish the Riker again, and thank you for watching our little videos, our little vlogs of being up here on the tablelands. And once again we've decided to venture out and once again look at the sky. But firstly, we're going through the little township of Herberton at the moment. Hardware store, little supermarket. Let's visit that, newsagent, post office, etc, etc. And also, there is a little railway that, notice I'm saying everything's little, I don't know why I'm saying that, a steam train, and it takes passengers out to the museum. The whole name escapes me, folks, I don't know, I think I'm a bit brain dead for sitting inside. But anyway, you can take the steam train out there, and we'll try and get some footage of the little steam train. Oh, I said a little again. Of the steam train. Now, I have my wets on fully because I'm boiling hot at the moment, but I will cool down because I don't want to pull over and have to change into them while it's raining. Tom doesn't have his on, he's taking the chance, but I thought, no, I'm not going to take the chance today. We are leaving Herberton, approaching a little place called Wandekla, which is right next to Herberton. And then we're going to do some filming this side of Ravenshoe. We won't be going in there today, but hopefully another day. And then we're going to do a scenic route, Tom tells me. I don't remember it. We did it in our motorhome many years ago apparently, through to Millamilla. And then we're going to do some filming at the beautiful Millamilla, if weather permits. This is all if weather permits. Would you believe I'm now cold? No pleasing Miss Wendy. Kangaroos for the next 8 kilometres. Obviously there's some sort of a horse event happening here because there's lots of horses and horse trailers, horse floats. Folks, just to let you all know that our little Baxter is at home with his girlfriend down in Grafton, and he's doing well. No problems thus far. Think of him quite a lot. That's an interesting place. It's a house. Well, is it? It's something converted into a house. Oops. Okay, we're taking it up again on the approach to the road that Tom wants to take me on. It's a little bit windy, and this is the way to Herberton, but we won't be going into, Ravenshoe, but we won't be going into Ravenshoe. Now, we just had a little discussion on whether we should keep going and do any filming because of this weather, but we decided, well, we'll do it because the weather's just not looking good for the next couple of weeks at all. I have booked our Port Douglas accommodation. I don't want to stay in Swags there because, once again, weather. And I'm really hoping that we have good weather for that, because it's much nicer when the sun's shining. I know we can't help the weather, but for us wanting to bring you something beautiful, it's very disappointing. And if we just keep waiting it out, well, it'll be time to go home and we won't have filmed anything. Just going back to when I was muddling up the steam train. It's a steam engine and it takes little tiny carriages or carts to the historic bit. When I first start out, I'm not thinking straight. See the misty, the cloud, the low-lying cloud over there? Well, Millaa is absolutely beautiful, but it does get very, very foggy, and we thought that by this afternoon it would be okay to film. We did look at the weather app. Now I'm starting to wonder, but once again, as I have stated on a previous vlog, this is the tablelands, and what's good in one place can be awful in another, and vice versa. So I'm hoping we'll be pleasantly surprised when we get there. If it was a really, really hot day, one would bring their swimmers, or togs if you call them that, or bathing costumes, whatever you're from, whatever you call them, because hopefully I'll be able to video the magnificent swimming hole over there, and you'll see why. I notice I've got some overseas viewers, and the USA in particular, and New Zealand are very grateful for that, and I appreciate that you've commented also, because I like to see your videos, especially when you're out and about in the cities and in the countryside. I love looking at other countries, even at their houses. I love all that. So thank you for watching if you're from overseas, and Australia of course, most importantly Australia, because I'm trying to encourage the women of my age group and men to do the Ryker if you can afford to get one, and even if you can hire one, I'm not sure about that, for a little time to give it a go. But then again, you do need to get your license, don't you? But to encourage people, and I said this way back in the very beginning, in our age group, if you're relatively fit, and look, I wouldn't even say I was relatively fit, to tell you the truth. I'm the laziest person on earth when it comes to exercise, but this is a good way to keep fit, ride all day. But to just get out there, and I want to show you how great it can be. That sign there is for cassowaries. We have the cassowaries in North Queensland, and you don't mess with them. I wouldn't want to get up close to one because they kick. But they are highly protected, I would imagine. They're very, very large. And if there's anyone in Australia watching and rides a Ryker and has a channel, please let me know. I really want to look at it. I want to see where you go and what you do. Now, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but ahead of us is a wind turbine, because they do have them up here, and this is one of the wind farms. people love them, some people hate them. And on looking at what goes into making them, I'm wondering whether they're a good thing. Now, as I said, we're not going into Raven's Hoe, or as some people call it, Raven Shoe. But a little known fact, or a big known fact I should say, is it is the highest town in Queensland, and it's only, oh look, its population is only a couple of thousand, I think. We'll just pop into the viewing platform for the farms and see. I don't know what gives with this because a lot of them aren't turning. Do they switch them off or are they broken? I really don't know. He's the boss of the situation. Yes, he makes out he's not, but he is. I was just asking, or just saying, I don't know whether they turn these things off or whether they're just broken. The scientist doesn't know, folks. Goodness me. Tom thinks he's a scientist. I was just saying we don't know what the weather's going to be like in Millamilla. Oh, and there's... how long have those ones been there? Oh. No. So, folks, in the distance there's a stack more, but the camera won't show them up. These are old, you can tell. Who knows? Is that towards Millamilla? Oh, gosh. See, the weather app said that Millamilla was a little bit sunny today. I suppose it could be pretty, a little bit eerie, maybe going into the fog over there, but we certainly won't see. I mean, the lookout will be hopeless. And I want to go to the falls where the swimming hole is. Why not? Really? I was going to get in and do a few laps. No, I didn't bring my cozies. Well, do you want to go or not? Or do you just want to go into Raven's Hoe? So we're not doing the special road. I'm sorry, folks. Yes. It's clear over there. No, we're not.
That's moving that way. See the rain over there too. That could be down there. It's such a pretty ride through here.
But that could be pretty too. No, not really, I suppose. Lots of cattle farming up here. See, the cows are munching away happily up there. They're dairy cattle. Well, that's two. Oh dear. Okay, let's go into Raven's Hoe, have a cup of coffee, and maybe a big fat muffin. Or maybe not. Maybe a piece of vanilla slice that my waistline does not need. We're a bit all over the place, aren't we, folks? We don't... It's the weather. It is. It's the weather. It's the Tablelands weather. Look, the best time to come is in the dry season. We could not come this year in the dry season. Okay, well, folks, we're just going to go riding and hope for the best. Just ignore everything I've just said. It's a jolly nuisance, isn't it? I can see what Tom is saying. Like I was saying, oh well, we'll try today in case we don't get back there. But then again, because the weather's never going to come good. But really, over there we probably won't see a damn thing. Ravenshoe. Actually, a sad story out of Ravenshoe. I think maybe 2015 there was a cafe at the end of the street, and I think a gas tank exploded in the cafe. Once again, it's hard to remember the exact events, but there was an explosion, and I'm sure it was to do with gas, and killed 2 people. I think they were the employees, actually.
Yes, Wendy is correct. The utility struck 2 gas cylinders. The driver had an epileptic fit. That sent a fireball through the cafe, killing the manager and an elderly customer. Bloody awful it was.
School holidays, so the kids are out and about on their little scooters there. As you can see, it's another one of those towns that you go, oh, let's go there for the weekend. Actually, this, I think, was the area where the explosion was, right where we are now. Just on this corner here. So obviously it's all been rebuilt. Anyway, folks, we're probably going to have a little walk, maybe get something delicious. Yes, I'm talking, but I'm going to stop now. And we'll pick this up a bit later. Stop.
Well, folks, we grabbed a cup of coffee and something nice to eat, but we're not telling you what. It's a secret. And over to the park, and then the rain came, and it kept coming. It wasn't heavy, but you certainly wouldn't want to be out in it. So we just sat around and waited and waited and waited, and Wendy went over to Ravenshoe, play on words there, a little store across the way, bought some goodies for our dog sitter, small goodies that we can carry home with us. We just waited for the rain. I sent the drone up for a bit of a look around Ravenshoe. I'll show you that as well. The weather was not on our side.
climb on board the bikes and head off, but we don't know which way to go. It looks wet over there. It's just rained quite heavily here. Or do we go back another road? That is the Queensland's highest road, is what the sign says. So apparently there's no road higher. Now I don't know what to do.